highlight two super famous people.
Steph versus Sabrina, new event for the NBA. Trying to always market women's game as much as they can and putting a lot of eyeballs onto Sabrina and the rest of the WWE. I hope that it is a team competition. Don't need trolls to have a Steph to call out whack as Sabrina plays the bar center. So I'm hoping that the event works out well. There's plenty of things, plenty of ideas the NBA comes up with that falls flat face. I'm hoping this is not one of them.
I mean, if nothing else, it's a way to highlight two super famous people. And, Sabrina, her shoes, I don't know what about this game, but there's a lot of dudes wearing Sabrina ones. And they're shoe, New York, the bra, and highlighting that personality, highlighting. I think it was 30 out of 30 in the cons that she was in the NBA All-Star weekend. So the potential for up is highlight skills of one game, and it could be cool. She's shooting WNBA balls from the NBA lines, from the NBA, or when somebody just hits 9 up in a row, it's excited about that. So no matter who's doing shooting and eyes up.
Let's tap into this trade article right quick. And it's gonna touch base on what my overall point intends to be in this video. There wasn't a ton of fireworks at last week's NBA trade deadline, but the Golden State Warriors tried to make a big move that ultimately failed. That big move, trading for LeBron James. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, I always have a hard time pronouncing his name, Wojnarowski, and Ramona Shelburne, the flailing Warriors called the Los Angeles Lakers at some point before the trade deadline to inquire if James was interested in a trade that paired him with fellow rival and generational legend Stephen Curry. Neither James nor the Lakers were interested. Because James wanted all the attention. We all know that by now. It's revolving around him. Warriors felt timing was right. If you're the Warriors, you don't call the Lakers about a LeBron trade at the first sign of trouble. The situation had to be just right to take a shot. And the Warriors felt they'd found it. They're currently sitting in 10th place in the West, just a few losses away from falling out of the play-in tournament. The Lakers have also been faltering, sitting just one spot ahead of them in 9th. Plus, James has appeared to be getting impatient with the Lakers in his bid to win another NBA title at age 39. There are a lot of reasons for someone to post an hourglass emoji on X, formerly known as Twitter, but if you're LeBron James on January 31st and your Lakers just lost to the Atlanta Hawks, there's really only one reason. Here's one of his tweets. Of course, the whole hourglass emoji. He's always being cryptic, and he's the ultimate shadow conspirator when it comes to wanting to trade players and then fall back and pretend like I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they were discussing that. I didn't say anything. And he's one of those types. Calling a team to ask if they want to trade the arguable NBA GOAT. Yeah, right. Isn't something done general manager to general manager. So Warriors owner Joe LaCob reportedly called Lakers owner Jeannie Buss to acquire. According to Woj and Shelburne, Buss told LaCob that the Lakers did not want to part with James, but they should call James' agent, Rich Paul of Clutch Sports, to get a read on the megastar's money. That was also a non-starter. Paul reportedly told Buss and LaCob that James wanted to remain with the Lakers. So even though the Warriors had apparently put together a possible trade package, they never got the opportunity to present it. LaCob went to Draymond Green for advice. The hourglass tweet alone reportedly wasn't enough for LaCob to consider reaching out to Buss. So he got the advice of a Warriors player who knew James well, Draymond Green. James and Green are longtime friends, and Green had previously been involved in Golden State's efforts to recruit Kevin Durant. Now, I'm gonna leave a link to this article down in the description box. You can read it as a whole, but this is just a small portion of what I wanted to discuss. Very small portion. Hold on for a minute. Let me get some things right. Yeah, we're doing it the long way. Technology is limited. But the more the channel grows, the more that we will be spent on technology to make these scene transitions more easier to transition from thing to thing. As I am the one man band. Yeah, get me up there. Yeah, there we go. Get my face to the side there. Yeah. There we go. Behind the scenes, doing the thing. Now. Now, the question I want to ask. The question I want to ask is this. It's very simple question. Okay. Back when Jose Canseco was saying the things that he was saying. Well, let's back up. Behind the scenes, when it comes to making trades, what teams do, they'll go to their superstar, the number one guy, and they'll fly something by him, and they'll be like, how do you feel about us making this move for this particular player? Now, it's rumored, and I don't know for sure, it's rumored that what would have been included in the trade package would have been Klay Thompson and Kuminga. sure Klay Thompson got wind of that, and he wasn't happy about that, and rightfully so. See, Klay Thompson is he's naturally declining, and that's no shade to be thrown at Klay Thompson. When I say naturally, I want to emphasize the word naturally. Put emphasis on that, because he might be one of few players in the NBA right now that is natural. So his natural leveling off in his play and his physical performance, people view that as, for whatever reason, unnatural. They view it as, okay, his play is starting to slip a little bit, so maybe we should look to trade him. This is what fans' mentality is. And Golden State owners are thinking the same thing. Their general manager has the same mindset. So they look at LeBron at 39 years old, and he's still spry as when he was 21 years old. Moving generally the same. Still not having to worry about. Well, I'm not saying he's not worried, but how many serious injuries has LeBron ever sustained? Now, we're talking about the natural aging of a player when they're 100% natural. Now, we don't know. There's been allegations over the years. Nobody can prove anything, but you can speculate. All you have to do is compare him to the average way a player ages in the NBA. The natural way that they age would be that of Klay Thompson. See, Klay Thompson hasn't done anything wrong. He's been loyal since day one. He's put in work. He's carried the team in those instances when Steph Curry has disappeared. Klay Thompson playing both sides of the court. He's playing defense and he's busting threes. So he's been loyal, and so I can understand his point of view being blindsided while everybody gives Steph Curry all the praise and all the love, only to turn around to find out that he's pretty much a Judas. He's the Judas in this scenario. We see the way LeBron James moves. LeBron has always been a Judas. He has always been the type of person to throw his teammates under the bus. So that's nothing new for him. So my question that I'm putting out there is, when Jose Canseco first came out and made the allegations, the PED allegations in MLB, everybody looked at him like he was crazy, like he didn't know what he was talking about. Like, this dude must be crazy. What is he talking about? And then slowly but surely over time, it started to unravel that, where there's smoke, there's fire. There might actually be something here. And then I started thinking, why don't we look at the NBA with the same critical eye? I mean, it's easy for us to look at the NFL like that. MLB, they already went through their PED era. But for some strange reason, we don't view the NBA like that. Why not? There's no questions at all. Guy is 39 years old, is still moving like he's 21. Nobody's suspicious of that. Same with Steph. When he first got in the league, he couldn't play a whole game without spraining his ankles. mean, he did little knickknacks here and there, but he's not declining like Clay. See, I think Clay has had 2 major knee injuries. A knee injury and an Achilles. So major leg injuries. So his natural decline, it's natural. But these other guys around the league, and I got a picture of these 2 guys up here because they're the ones. One is a Judas that was trying to get the other one to come to his team. He obviously had to sign off on it. The other one, you can't really say nothing about him. It's been suspected. The MMA fighter had some things to say. What's his name? Something Shonen or whatever. And when he said it, everybody looked at him like he was crazy. What is this guy talking about? He's just a hater. He's just hating on LeBron James. No. Maybe he's not a hater. Maybe we should have listened to him more. Maybe he's the Jose Canseco, since everybody in the NBA appears to be cowards. Everybody's so afraid of losing that bag. So they all collude together to keep perpetuating the fraud, allegedly, maybe, because we don't know. But we can all speculate based off of the natural decline of the athlete, the professional athlete, over time. Look at Ken Griffey Jr. He had a natural decline in his career. That left-handed swing, that sweet swing that he had all those years, it wasn't so fluid anymore. The natural power and that natural swing, it was no longer there. But it was natural over time. Same with Derek Jeter. The natural decline was there. You could see it. When I look at LeBron James, something appears off. I'm not accusing him of anything. This is my personal opinion based off of watching him. It's not a natural decline. Of course, nothing can be proven. All you can do is give your opinion based off of what you see. Based off of what we see, it could be like something looks kind of odd here. Same with Steph. He looks pretty good for his age. And that can be connected to this trade, backdoor trade effort that has Clay feeling kind of betrayed. And he should feel that way because he was betrayed. Because he's aging naturally. And in my personal opinion, a lot of these other guys in the NBA are not. Steph Curry, the young, youthful appearance. Everybody look at him as, like he's innocent in all things. He's Mr. Nice Guy. He's the positive image guy. Family man. He's so positive. He's so nice. How can you ever dislike or hate Steph Curry? And people would tend to look at him that way as opposed to, could you possibly be cheating too? And then turning into a complete Judas when it comes to Klay Thompson. Because he's not willing to cheat naturally, but that's not good enough for your liking, because you may or may not, just like other players around the league, may or may not have a little extra help, let's say. Just a little bit of extra help. I mean, we don't know. But what we do know is this backdoor trade effort that was definitely okayed by Steph Curry. This is some of the most Judas shit you can ever see or hear about. Who needs enemies when you have friends like this? Just ask Chris Bosh. I'm sure he felt the betrayal of a Judas. When LeBron up and left Miami in the win. Didn't even say nothing to Chris, just boom. Like, man, when you wanted me to come here with you, you was all ready for the conversation. I was good enough to talk to you then because you wanted something out of me. Then when you get ready to bounce out, you just gone in the wind. So, oh, okay. You done used me up, so now you out, huh? And it's a lot of Judas in the NBA right now. This is why it would not surprise me one bit if it's being covered up that maybe the NBA is not so clean. Maybe there has always been a PED problem that has been largely ignored until now. Because Uncut Sports, no feelings, is gonna bring it to your face until you start paying attention. Huh? But hey, what do I know? Just a guy observing certain things, reading the tea leaves, seeing what's what. But I do know that Klay Thompson's physical play, as far as what he can do now that he might not, the things he could do in the past that he might not be able to do now, it's a natural effect when you get older. What is Klay is like, what, 35, 36 years old, around there? So the way his game is now, it's natural. But a lot of these other guys around the league that can play in their, 36, 37, 38, 39, not being affected this kind of way, yeah, it makes me very suspicious. Of course, I can't prove it, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that can. Pretty sure there's somebody out there that can. Sooner or later, there will be another Jose Canseco, but this time in the NBA. Who will that be? Stay tuned. And whether you're in the NBA, the NFL, MLB, or out here in the world in regular everyday life, beware of the Judas.